feel that fear, feel that doubt, and do it anyways. So in today's episode, we're really gonna dive deep on what is self-sabotage, why do we do it, and specifically 5 tips to help you stop self-sabotaging, start becoming aware on when you are doing it, and how to really get out of your own way and get rid of this self-sabotage to then fully achieve freedom that we deserve. I know, at least in my own personal journey, that the more that I became aware of my own self-sabotage and the things that I would do that would keep me back from like my truest, fullest potential, like even if I did set big goals and like I really wanted to achieve things, at the end of the day, something that I have learned is that humans, just like biologically, like to stay comfortable. And by staying comfortable, that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. It's just what our bodies are naturally trying to do. Like as humans, our minds and bodies are wired to stay comfortable because that's safe, right? Anything that is uncomfortable seems like a threat and is posed as a threat to our mind and our bodies as unsafe, even though it's not. This is just the primal brain, the primal bodies that we have. And so that's why it's so important to become aware of self-sabotage when we are self-sabotaging and really how to get out of it. So I hope this episode inspires you to make some change in your life, you know, really take action, take control of your mind, yourself, your life. Like I can't even tell you guys how much more free I feel like with myself and in my life and limitless once I stopped self-sabotaging and once I stopped being in my own way and saying, you know what, enough is enough. Like I'm done with this. I'm done being the only reason why I'm not doing X, Y, and Z things. Like really, it was all up to me. Okay, let's get started with the 5 tips for self-sabotage and how to get out of your own way. Number 1, invest in yourself or get help or guidance from others. This one is the biggest hack to by far getting to where you want to go and achieving this. And most people are too hesitant to invest in themselves and to get the guidance and help that they deserve or that they need. And we often think it's a waste of money or it's a waste of time or I don't need it. But I cannot tell you guys how much my life has improved and changed once I actually started investing in myself. And what do I mean by that? Investing in a therapist, investing in a business coach, or somebody who can give you guidance or help you and get you to where you want to go is step 1 to not self-sabotaging anymore. Because the way we self-sabotage and get in our own way is thinking that we don't need help or thinking that guidance won't help us. And so I truly believe that once you invest in someone or investing in yourself by getting guidance or help or investing in courses. Courses are another great way to invest in yourself if you don't want to spend a ton of money on like one-on-one coaching or guidance. I've always tried seeking help and investing in myself by utilizing people who have done what I want to do. And don't limit yourself. Like don't tell yourself that it's not worth the money, the time, or you already know everything, because it's just not true. I held that mentality for so long, especially in my work and my career. And guess what? It did not get me nearly as far as I'm going now because you can't know everything. You know what I mean? That's a part of life, growing, evolving. And investing in yourself is 100% always the best thing you can do. Number 2, how to not self-sabotage anymore. Get to the root cause of it. What do I mean by that? Getting to the root cause of your self-sabotage. This tip came from the book, The Mountain Is You. I have it with me here. If you're a YouTube listener, then you'll see the book in the video. If you don't know, by the way, I started posting little snippets from my podcast. They're shortened episodes on my YouTube, so if you want to see visuals, you can also go to my YouTube channel. But anyways, after reading this book, it helped me realize that all of the self-sabotage mechanisms that we use are really just a way of not getting to the root cause of what's actually going on. And it can show up and manifest in many different ways in your life, but self-sabotage can really be boiled down to, it's a way to keep you safe from getting outside of your comfort zone. It's a way to avoid failure. It's a way to avoid any fears. It's a way to avoid showing up in certain places in your life that might feel uncomfortable for you. Like, truly figure out why you are self-sabotaging. And I truly do recommend reading the book, The Mountain Is You. She explains it so well. But another way that you can kind of figure out the ways you self-sabotage is by looking at your patterns in your life. What are the patterns that are surrounding your life that keep showing up in relationships, in your work, with your friends, with yourself? Really think about it. Are there certain things that keep happening in your romantic relationships? Are you pushing people away? Are you attaching too quickly? Or what are the patterns with yourself or in your work? Like, are you showing up in a way from a certain fear-based place within yourself of, like, you know, not feeling good enough or not wanting to disappoint anyone? Like, there are so many different patterns. I can't even go into all of it. But I think looking at the patterns of your life will really help you figure out what that root cause is too. And once you can become aware of the patterns that you're doing, you can break the cycle. But the first step is awareness. So this could be honestly a great journal prompt for you guys to do, is just asking yourself, like, what are the patterns in my life that I'm seeing that I'm not happy with? And why are they there? Like, get honest with yourself, get real, because there are root causes to why you're doing certain things in your life and why you are self-sabotaging. It's just a matter of becoming aware of them, so then you can get to the root cause of it, break the pattern, and then no longer self-sabotage. Tip number 3, find a mentor or surround yourself with people who are going to help you get to where you want to go. So this one is super important. It's a little bit different to shift gears from number 2. But this is something that I did, especially once I decided that I wanted to quit my corporate job and work for myself full time, become a creator, and move to LA. So something I quickly realized was that, okay, if I want to make all of these changes in my life, then I have to surround myself with people who are going to help me get there and help me get out of my comfort zone. Because it's really hard to do all of these things like by yourself, especially if you're surrounded by people who are not also on that wavelength. There's so many ways to connect with new people that can inspire you and help you to where you want to go. Push yourself to find those people, whether it's one-on-one relationships or not. I truly believe that surrounding yourself with people who are going to help you get to where you want to go because they're doing that or they already have done that is one of the quickest ways to getting there and really getting out of your own way. If you really want to get out of your own way, trust me on this tip, it's the way to do it. Tip number 4, how to stop self-sabotaging. This one is probably my favorite one. Get the F out of victim mentality. I'm going to give you guys some tough love on this one, and I do it because I love you and I care. Get out of victim mentality. It is time, you guys. No one wants to hear your sob story. No one cares. Everyone has shit that they deal with in life. Everyone does. It's about the people who don't stop when that shit happens and they keep going. And they choose not to be the victim. They choose to be the victor of their lives. They choose to move forward in their lives no matter what the circumstances have been, currently are, or will be. They take ownership of everything that's coming their way and they work through it. They get past it. They don't get stuck in the mud. They move through the mud. They get through the shit because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And so one of the quickest ways to stay in self-sabotage is to stay in victim mentality, because you're going to keep yourself from getting to where you want to go and keeping yourself in that safe comfort zone like I've been talking about. Victim mentality keeps you safe, right? It's a lot easier to throw your hands up in the air and say, oh, there's nothing I can do about this because X, Y, and Z reasons, like these excuses. And the second that you say, I'm done, I'm not gonna live like a victim anymore, I'm gonna take ownership of my life and I'm gonna choose to focus on what I can control and I'm gonna work at it, boom. This is what's gonna get you to where you wanna go. This is how you truly get out of your own way. Like, start taking inventory on how much you're complaining throughout the day. How much you are giving away your energy to A, things that are out of your control, or B, things that don't really matter in the long run. Like, start taking inventory of it because it's probably a lot higher than you think. Like, trust me, it's not an easy thing to come to terms to, but we complain a lot more than we like to. And so if there's one piece of advice I can give to you, take accountability of your life. Even if it's not where you currently want it to be, you have to get out of victim mentality to get to where you want to go. Choose to be the victor. Choose to be the winner of your life because we all have been dealt certain cards. And focusing on the sob story and the things that are out of your control and how sorry we should feel for you, it's just not going to get you to where you want to go, guys. So take ownership, take accountability. You got this. Tip number 5, last tip. This is also a really good one. This one I think has helped me the most in my life. Like, truly making this mindset shift has been one of the biggest game changers for me. And that is to feel that fear, feel that doubt, and do it anyways. Choose not to listen to that voice in your head that's filled with the fear, that's filled with the doubt, because it is not true. And the second you choose to listen to a different voice that's pushing you forward and getting you to where you want to go, that is when you will win.